life. So how I started business, I really started with a passion. I'm passionate about the Chinese herbs. I'm a passionate about beauty. Another things I really drive me to start my own business. It's because when I came to United States, started my PhD, and after I married to my husband, which is American, so as the traditional Chinese man, and he's so embedded with China culture, he felt you were going to live in the U.S., you're never able to help Chinese. So before he passed away, after I married, he left a wish for me, said, I want you one day help Chinese, help Chinese women. So that is how I started the business, because in the early 90s, my husband and I went to China, and we pay a visit to China. In the early China, it's very dark. Women just wear mouse suit and dark hair. I mean, like no makeup. So I thought maybe I can teach Chinese women how to, use their own way to beautify, and it really can change the view of a world thinking China is like a dark and mouse suit. So that's how I started beauty business. How I get into myself in the beauty business. Inspired, I have 2 engineer degrees. So that's how I started business, from passion and fulfill my father's wish. In doing my business, I feel very lucky. I always meet the right people, and I did have the person after my father passed away. I met the mayor of China, big city, and he looked like my father. He also became my mentor, and when I started in China, so he really taught me a lot about business. And overall, he did say one thing. He said, what I love about you is I teach you 1, you developed 10. I think that's, really great is when you learn from mentor, then you learn the principle of it. Then you apply to everything else. And that's how you allow you grow. What happened to me is we were doing fabulous business over there. And one of my challenges at that time is like business grow faster than I can even managing. I feel like business running like that. Such a fast pace, I try to keep up with it. Then my son was born, and he was in China. I mean, he was only 10 months old. He was in China, and they were diagnosed in China, said he had a major development issue. We don't know what it is, so we have to move back in the U.S. And to be honest, I was really sad. One thing I'm passionate about nature and beauty, fulfill my father's wish, and I love my son with all my heart and life. So I moved back to the U.S. and to focus on him, and just really to be a taxi mom, focusing for 2 years. After he getting better, then I knew I have to stay in the U.S. for him. But meantime, I kind of don't know what to do next. So my good friend, and also is my chemist, and she's my chief chemist, she's American. She said, you know what? I love Chinese herb. You may be ahead of the curve. You should bring your Chinese herbal skincare line back to the U.S. So that's how she encouraged me bring back to the U.S. And that time, my son still have lots of problems. So I said, oh, maybe if I only do on TV, would be simple. So I go out, tell people a story, I'm done. That's how I did it. So it's 11 years ago. I've been celebrating 11 years anniversary soon. So it's more than 11 years ago I started this idea. I started the business wasn't because I wanted the money. I truly want to fulfill my father's wish. So in many ways, financial, people one time said, what money means to me? I said, means freedom. I can do the things I want to do. But I never have an eye on the money. My eye is what I can do my best. I always say, the money is God's job. I can have no control of it. And my job is really focus on do best I can for what I'm passionate about it. I always said I think I'm competitive, but not ambitious. What it means is I'm competitive. I want to do best I can, competitive with myself. When I say not ambitious is because I've set a value. Like for instance, I left China business, came back to United States because my family is so important to me. As busy I travel globally, Europe, China, and US. This year I've been on a plane 40 times, but I'm only away from my son physically for more than 2 months because I have a calendar. really say if more than that, I have to say I'm not taking it.
2 months only.
Only 2 months. If more than that, they go with me.
Mm-hmm.
Either they go with me or I just have to say no to the certain things. So in terms of my vision, competitiveness is coming. All this beauty space and Chinese herbal beauty, if people tell me say you're a niche beauty, and that my competitiveness is coming, I feel should be have a share the pie in a mainstream way, not just niche, because Chinese herbal truly works. I want a woman able to get the message, and also women really can benefit from the Chinese herb. Right now we have a strategy to grow the business in depth and width, both way. So we started with one brand called Way East, and only sell in one area, one channel, which is Home Shopping Network, and also is only in United States. Now we already developed 4 more brands, and we have a Way, very upscale, and then we have a Way to Go Beauty that is for younger customers, so we can touch all different segments of a customer. Now we also have a beauty bar for China young customer, because that's one way to go deeper in the brand. Then we go wider. So before we only focus in the U.S., now we're in Europe, in Australia, we're in Hong Kong, we're in China, and we are really take 360-degree of expansion. At the same time, what we want to work is working with a strategic partner. So it's no longer just one brand try to do things. We work with our partner, not only our retail partner, we go out, work with a media partner. Like in China, we team up with the very popular beauty program and with the host that is major China celebrity, came here to do the in-depth story about us, and we cooperate with them and really want to bring this Chinese herbal beauty to a whole level of recognition in the beauty industry. One thing I want to talk about is, for young people want to start their own business, especially as maybe Asian America, or start a business in the as Asian in the U.S. And people always said how you did it, So my joke was young and stupid, right? But it really, essentially, I think it's a passion and passion and passion. You really is a passion about what do you believe. And I was talking to my daughter one time. She said, if you're so passionate about it, why not everything's fun? I said, fashion doesn't equal to everything's fun. It's what you believe in, and you're willing to go through what up and downs and really get to there. And so I think anyone who want to start something, they got to be something they're passionate about it. And another things I feel is, as an Asian, my father taught me well. He told me, he said, they have a famous general in China. His name is Chen Yi, and he loved wrote a poet. So he said when Chen Yi, in front of all the general, he would say, I'm a poet. And in front of a poet, he said, I'm a general. So I took that to learn, say, if we're Asian American, what, besides the passion, what we can offer to something nobody else have? So over here, go back to your heritage. Do something nobody else can take your space, like we did with Chinese herbal skincare. There have many skincare can come, but we are the Chinese herbal skincare. It is what I'm passionate about. It is what made me different too. That's why my camera said, you are the one who have to go on TV because you are the Chinese. And then we tried American, try to replace me, it doesn't work. Because they said, why you talk about herb? Why I should believe you, right?
Yes,
so,
you can prove it.
Right, exactly. So for Asian American, young American want to start something, that's my thought. I want to help in that way. How I start, I feel like it is the passion. It is knowing what I can offer that different than anything on the market.